going well. And the camera's reset. For fuck's sake. There's got to be a way to set the camera up to not reset back. Because I want it at sort of this level all the time. Just tilt it. Doesn't set. Should we go there? No, let's tilt. There we go. Right. The issue was, for some reason, even though I'd set this up as this is my Yeti input, and I've got it configured on here as my Yeti input, deep diving into the settings, it had switched it over to just the laptop microphone for no good reason, and has never done it before, and probably will never do it again. Anyway, sorted now. So hello again. Hello Anna. Hopefully Deviant will come back. Yeah, no, it wasn't the output though, because that was what was confusing. The computer was getting it. Hey Deviant, you are good. Just checking. So the computer was picking up the audio. Everything else was working. So like Audacity was recording the audio. Everything else was working. Like the Windows was configured to use this microphone as its input. Audacity was working. Just for some reason, even though it was set to use the Yeti, and was giving me the settings for the Yeti, after deep diving through, it turned out there was one little setting that was off. Anyway, fighting with the Twitch app. Is that like fighting with my parents? So weird. So weird. The only thing I can assume is because I had these headphones plugged into the laptop when I started it up. But the microphone was plugged in, so I don't know. Anyway. Right, off we go. Anyway, how are people? I hope you're all well. Better than yesterday. Well, Kira, you are well. Because you told them that you had to be. Is there anything good to buy in it? Alright, bit keen. And they told you that you were very negative, I think was the conclusion we came to, is that right? I forgot about my dog. Where? What do these do? They just make me slower. Juggy! That dog's enormous! I mean, how... what? Right. Right, okay, where am I heading? Now I'm going... I've done all these ones now, haven't I? Oh no, I haven't. Okay, I've done all these ones. There's a shitload of treasure I've not picked up there, but... I've done all these levels. Obviously there's bits and pieces to get, but... Level 24... Level 26. Okay. Oh, shall I go and... Let's go and do a treasure... I can't. Won't let me. That's annoying. It's a good Friday night. Have you sure let's gummy? What? I've no... What? You have was in reply to you. Oh. Have you? Right. Music's all gone a bit weird. Twitch app is a great big ball of fun. Is that the official term? I feel like it should be if it's not. Come here, what looks like a TIE fighter from a distance. Let me shoot you. Like the twat that you are. Take out as many enemies as possible. So is anyone could be a TIE fighter. Am I okay, or is Ryuza okay? I got a Wabadaki. It's nice. Right, what I was looking for? I was looking for the treasure sphere. I'm fine. I'm tired. I got a very cheap copy of Outer Worlds. Because Ray had been talking about it, and so I went on Facebook and I was like, you can get it from Game for like 25 quid or something. But I went on Facebook and had a look at the marketplace to see what people were selling it. Like everyone was like 20, 25 quid. And one guy had like a bunch of games for 45 quid, including like Witcher 3 and Final Fantasy 15. So I messaged him and was like, oh, how much for Outer Worlds? Because he was local. And I was like, well, you know what? If he's like 15 to 20 quid, that would be fine. Like, it's cheaper than buying it new. I can go and pick it up. Blah, 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 blah. And he messaged back and was like, yeah, 10 quid. I was like, what? 10 pounds? 10 of your fine English pound. What's happened? And then he said to me, he was like, yeah, look, you can have Final Fantasy 15 as well because it's got no case and no one wants it. So if you want it, you can have it. And I was like, I've already got a couple of copies of it. And then today he was like, yeah, it's not a great game. And I was like, yeah, well, I've got like lots of copies of it already. And I'm slightly biased because I'm in it. Oh, that hurt. That's going to hurt in the morning. I don't know that he quite registered what I said, and I wasn't going to repeat it. I was like, it's already a little bit dickish of me to be like, well, do you know who I am? So I didn't say it again, but it was like, it's quite funny. But yeah, good, really good deal. Like, really good deal.
It's metamorphotizing.
That's not a word.
It's a
Lego base.
fortress.
How do I fire the other weapon? Oh, it is like that. Cool. I'm enjoying the soundtrack for the going ship stuff. Very epic. Oh yeah, is Squadrons looking like a decent, like, you know, like X-Wing versus TIE Fighter style game, or is it looking a bit rubbish? I think everyone said it was looking really good. When you say not arcadey at all, do you mean it's like proper sort of X-Wing versus TIE Fighter sim space fighter? Like a good one? Rather than... What was the one that was on the N64? Yeah, Rogue Squadron. That's the one. Because that was very arcadey, wasn't it? That was kind of a bit not dissimilar to this, actually. It was very much like new commendation. Lovely. What for? Again, I didn't have a 64. Is that where I'm meant to be heading? No. No. That's not where I'm going. Damn it. Right. Well, at least now we know what the green means. You got a new joystick. Fancy. What does it mean you did not look? It shows you where the other world is. It's the worlds. So the green is the worlds. Flight Sim. Flight Simulator was one of those games that, like, as a kid, you played it all the time. Has anyone seen any constellations that look good? When I was young, me and my mates used to love, like, Comanche 3, the helicopter game. That was really good. I think I've already done this one. I don't know how you tell. Yes, I almost definitely have. Is there the new Comanche? There was a few games like that though. Like, did anyone play Delta Force? Really, really good. Like, first-person shooter, kind of predated Call of Duty, but it was a much more sort of simulation one, a little bit like something like Armour or what's the other one? Yeah, Sniper. Wow! Don't shoot me. Because you could do things like in the early ones, not so much in the last one, because I think the last one was Delta Force Black Hawk Down, which again was really good, but it was all based around Black Hawk Down. I did say Black Hawk Down, not Black Horse Down. But yes, it's all based around the events of Black Hawk Down. So you start off and you do a few missions, and then you do Areen. I say again, Areen. As you then go off into the, and then the Black Hawk gets shot down. You have to go and get it, and but it was not a sort of Call of Duty style, just like run around and shoot stuff. It was like you properly customized your loadout, so you could, and if you wanted to be a sniper, like you could. Being a sniper was like a viable thing, rather than just you can sometimes shoot things from a distance and then they'll just run at you. Like it was a proper, actually, like you could hunker down and shoot someone from like a kilometre away. It was really good. Yeah, it was a really, really good game. And they stopped making them. I don't really know why. I wasn't really sure why they stopped making them, because they were good and they seemed pretty popular. As in Star Wars Battlefront 2 or as in Battlefield 2? I don't think I've completed it yet, but I'm going to. Because I just didn't like it. And the campaign's done nothing for me. The other games... Well, I did wonder. The other games I played a lot as a kid, which I love, was MechWarrior. And they've kind of got it back. It didn't boycott you. It just wasn't very good or fun. And given it's like a tenth of my hard drive, I was like, well... yeah, it wasn't actually the game that I had a problem with. I've got a 2 terabyte hard drive in my PS4. Like, I can't just keep whacking in bigger hard drives. Well, I could, but I'm not going to. Yeah, MechWarrior, but they've sort of brought MechWarrior back in. They've called it BattleTech. No, because the boring sports games take up like 30 gig, and Battlefront 2 takes up 140. Like, the Hitman games all combined take up less space than Battlefront. And given that they've only got like 6 levels and about the same amount of assets, you're wondering what the hell is in there. Anyway, space. Yeah, they've literally coded space. That's exactly what it is. Wasn't there a game? What was it called? There was a game on the PS3, and it was actually a medical modelling simulator. And so basically you played this game, and as you played it, I think there's a way through here, yeah. As you played it, no, not surgery simulator. No. Like, I mean, actually, medical modelling. Like, what happened was they put a game in, and it was like, I don't know, you have to stop all the cells from doing stuff, and blah, 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 blah. But actually, while you played, it ran a background process. Because if you remember, the PS3, it was one of the things that they were like really big on, and then it never really came to anything. But you could, yeah, but it was to do with the linking, and lots of places, lots of medical labs bought a load of them because it was cheaper to buy like 20 PS3s than it was to buy like a proper server core. So and you could put them in parallel. That was it. That's the word I'm looking for. And Sony made a big thing about it, and then people used it to hack the back end through the Linux, and then Sony removed it because they didn't like people playing games that they didn't buy, which is fair. But yeah, so originally you could network them up and run them in parallel, and so there was this game which a medical research facility put out. It's quite a basic one, but yeah, in the background while you were playing, it harnessed your PS4 and your PS3 as essentially as a server farm. A little bit like Bitcoin, that same sort of thing. Yes, that's the sophisticated abominable snowman, isn't it, SETI? So, but anyway, yeah. Random shit. Anyway, what was I saying? Mech Warrior. The Mech Warrior games are now called BattleTech, and it's more like a RTS. It's very good. It's a really good RTS. I really like it. You control like one, and you get like 2 or 3 mechs. It was, if anyone ever played. What was it called? It wasn't Mech Warrior. Mech Commander. It was basically Mech Commander. I feel like there should be
Let's see.
Am I interested in Battletoads? God, no, that's a game I haven't heard of in a long time. As in, is this Monsters Inc? There's a new one coming out. I haven't played Battletoads in, I don't know, God, it must be 20 years? Maybe more? I played it when I lived in Australia. Okay. If you want it, got one for you. Yeah, not going to say no. Quite far, you might remember. Cool, tar. What else have we played? Nearly finished Darksiders 3. I'm kind of enjoying it. It's fine. It's not terrible. Like, no, not really. No, it's not good. It's not good. So the first one was Zelda. The second one was like a sort of Devil May Cry-y, kind of. So you had like a gun. I'm enjoying it, but I've actually had to put it down onto like the easiest difficulty because it was just annoying me, because the difficulty spikes are all over the shop. Like it's not consistent. It's Dark Soul like, but it's the problem is they've made a Dark Souls game but not paid attention to what it is about Dark Souls games that people actually like. They've just gone, oh, you know what? When you die, you drop all your stuff. That's a cool thing. Everyone likes that. But when you get to like the save restore points, you don't get your health potions back. You do that by killing monsters as you go. If you repeatedly die, you don't lose those souls. They just sit there. And you're constantly being ambushed. Really? Yeah, it's just the enemy design is you're constantly being ambushed, or you're constantly fighting off hordes, essentially. there's very rarely where you can that you really have to work at it to be able to like pull someone out and fight them, kind of one on one or two. But the gameplay's not designed to work on groups of monsters. So like the counter, you dodge out the way, but like something like Bayonetta, you dodge last second and it goes into like a sort of slow-mo thing. And then you press your elemental attack and you do like a more powerful elemental attack.
What? Donald!
But there's no iframes
Goofy!
in the elemental attack. So
Why
if
do you
two
guys
things
look like
attack you
monsters?
at the same time, but one slightly after the other, you'll dodge one and then get hit by the second
you
one.
both scared me.
It's a bit like, so, but I'm enjoying it. The
Seriously?
story's alright. The story's
Is
good.
this how we blend in here?
That's right. It's about time you got on.
I don't even think it's lazy. I think it's just they just
Could you guys take a few steps
missed-
back? You're giving me
missed
the
the point slightly.
heebie-jeebies.
I think. That sounds a bit harsh, but
Yeah, come on.
Just
I
missed-
think our new look could turn out to
missed
be
what it
lots
is
of
that
fun.
made them good. That made the Souls game so popular.
Wonder what kind of weirdos live here.
It is a pity.
Who the thunk
Is
he
a pity.
get so creeped out?
It says, we scare because we care?
Like there've been some excellent Souls clone, like Neo.
Doesn't sound
Is a
very
really
caring.
good Souls clone.
If
They've
they
taken the
look
things
like
from
us,
Souls that
then
work.
they could be trouble.
Yeah, really
I
good.
think we better investigate.
I'm sort of slowly working my way through it. I haven't played it for a while now, but I'm slowly making my way through it, and it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. They've got the Souls it's not as hard as Dark Souls. It's easier than Dark Souls. It's definitely easier than Dark Souls. You can kind of, as long as you take your time a bit, you'll be fine. It's not as hard. It's much more forgiving. You still do the whole thing of losing stuff, but you get I feel like you get a lot more resources. You get a lot more resources, get a lot more items than you do in Dark Souls. And I think you get better weapons earlier. Plus, it's much easier to level up your abilities.
Oh,
So you get different abilities and all this sort of stuff. It's really good. I really like it. I would highly recommend.
Wee! I wonder who those guys are.
What? Careful, Sully. If they see the KID.
That's fine. We got nothing to hide.
But you're the CEO. You set the example. Guys, it's not what it looks like. Okay, listen. That kid over there just popped out of nowhere. We gotta call the CDA. It's, oh yeah, a code 835.
Are you trying to scare that little girl?
Yes! I mean, no. We're done with scare power. Nobody's getting scared.
Mike, take it easy.
How is it?
You should too, Sora. You see?
No, I've
She's
not played
happy.
2.
Oh. Hello. My name is Sora.
Boo.
Oh, is that your name? Nice to meet you, Boo.
Hold on! You guys really aren't afraid of humans?
Mike Wazowski.
Huh?
Come on, Boo! I'm Mike Wazowski!
Mike Wazowski.
Well, you can see the resemblance. That googly bear eye.
What's going on? I'm gonna die. Mike Wazowski.
Oh, the first is brilliant. Monsters University's alright.
I'm Goofy.
Well, my name's Sully, and this is...
Oh, we know. Mike Wazowski, right?
I have to say I'm impressed with the guy doing Sully.
What's the matter, Boo?
He does sound a lot like John Goodman.
No. That's
Mike
not
isn't
the
quite
Heartless
as close.
emblem.
Then what?
And how come I feel like I might have seen them before?
It's pretty
Well,
good, but not
they
quite
aren't
Billy
friendly.
Crystal.
Stay here, kitty. We'll be back.
Put that thing back where it came from, also help me. I love it. It's so good.
Those guys are right, Sully. This has got bad news written all over it.
Yeah, we gotta keep Boo safe.
I'm on it.
Try this!
Hide the hammer. Love my hammer.
Back off! Here we go! Heal! Giddy up!
I missed that comment. Hold on.
Come on! Faster! Faster! Come on! Hurry!
Hey, Emmy. Yeah, I think it's been a week before the last. I don't. Yeah, Amy, I don't think you've missed
Nice, Sully.
that many.
Even with those extra pounds you put on.
Still running circles around you, Butterball.
Kitty!
What? So any idea who those guys were?
Well, they couldn't have been heartless.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I remember the king told us something about negative emotions.
Unversed?
Oh yeah, them!
Unversed.
Uh-huh. A while back, the king fought a whole bunch of battles against them with the 3 missing Keyblade wielders.
The same 3 that we're looking for? Aqua, Terra, and Ventus?
I need a proper desk chair.
We did more dependable help than you.
Hey! Still, how come the Unversed are showing up now?
I should be testing your screen power.
Yeah.
Hey,
There's.
I told you we're through using
What's
that.
it called? It's the
Besides,
find a sponsor.
we have no
Yeah,
idea
that'd be
who
nice.
or what you're talking about.
Titan chairs.
Oh, you'd really like the king.
Uh-oh! Oh! Order!
They're very expensive.
Basically, we've come from far away to get rid of those creatures causing trouble. We're like exterminators?
Just how far away?
As far as you can imagine.
Okay, let's just say we buy all that. Are those creeps dangerous?
Extremely.
They sure gave Boo a scare.
Sully, I know you've missed her, but it's time to postpone our playdate.
You're right, Mikey. Let's get our girl home.
What are you planning to do?
It's kind of a long story, but Boo's from another world. And we gotta send it back there to keep us safe.
Okay then. We're gonna help you.
What?
Well, the Unversed might try to cause more trouble. So, we want to come along.
Great! We could use a couple of exterminators around here.
Yeah, thanks.
Always gotta help.
Hey, they need us. Besides, we need to figure out how all those Unversed got here.
Right.
I'll feel much better when Boo's back in her own room.
Me too. Good thing the last World Cup was fought.
Come on, fellas.
Well, Sally, if you stop stealing little girls from their bedrooms, wouldn't be a problem. The map chest, is it not? Right, I don't know why you're saying it's all hard. We get a map, which is utterly useless. I feel like I'm getting a shitload of money in this game. Like, I've not really had to buy anything. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. What did I just get? Ever After. Is Ever After... There's a good magic one, which is to replace Shooting Star, isn't it? That's the 6 to 8 magic. 3 to 7. So it's at 3 8 to 8 at the moment, and that's at 6 to 8, 5 to 8. Chair's really cool, isn't it? Vanda was like, I found something you might like. Would you want it for like the next 7 birthdays and 2 million anniversaries? Oh. Why did I just get disconnected from the chat? It's weird. Odd. I got disconnected from the chat. I don't know why. It just reloaded back up. Yeah, nothing major. It just popped up going, "You've been disconnected from the chat." I was like, oh, okay.
Let's see. While being bored last night, what did you watch? Oh. Homecoming?
Gotta send her home right now, or so help me! So help me! So help me!
So, Monsters Incorporated used to rely on screen power from human kids for energy. But now we collect their laughter instead. It turns out, laughter is 10 times more powerful.
Don't laugh. I'm just laughing because it's Oscar
I
Isaac.
never figured it
I
out
should've
without
known that.
Boo.
Cool.
Oh.
Our ship's powered by laughter, too. Guess we've got that in common.
Homecoming.
So is not the machine.
Come on, I am not.
Whoa.
Yes, Yes. Yes, it... Isn't it... Yeah, what? The first one is Julia Roberts, isn't it? The first TV series is Julia Roberts. Yeah, we watched a bit of it. We weren't massively keen. It was a bit too. What's the?
Unversed are back.
It was a bit
This
too
is terrible.
Look, there's
stylized,
Boo's door.
I think. Have you listened to the podcast Still Alive? Is it Still Alive? Or is it just Alive? It might just be called Alive, actually.
We'll have to play another time, Boo. You stay here.
Hold on.
Ready to clean house?
The one I recommended. Yeah, I did recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. I'd also recommend oh, do you do your podcast through Spotify? Oh, I've actually got like a proper podcast app. If you can, I don't know if you can search. I don't know if you can search for podcasts on Spotify. I assume you can. You just search for it. Yeah, well, so are most podcast apps, to be fair. Like. I think it's called, Alive. Hold on. Yeah, so it's called Alive. And then there's kind of there's 3 seasons, I think. It's called, it's called Alive. There are 3 seasons. Well, no, there's 3 like series. The first series has got like 3 or 4 seasons, I think, and it's all about a zombie apocalypse. I haven't listened to Lockdown and Gold Rush, I think is the second one, but I really enjoyed them. They're really good so far. I've not finished it, but they're very good. Other podcast recommendations, I would recommend
Right here.
Nice.
Grab onto the door when you're ready.
Got it.
if I hold this up to the camera, can you see the image? No, hold on, let me get this right. Come on, focus. Focus. Ah, We're Alive. That's the one. Yeah, We're Alive. Very, very good. I don't think there's others. Most of the other ones I listen to are more sort of factual ones. So like podcasts about stuff. Board games or video games or a lot of football ones. What's the best one then? Wind Fan. Big fire siphon. Yeah, there was Lockdown and Gold Rush. Now on my podcast, they all come together. Yeah, they're good. I'd recommend them. Yeah, there's a lot of them. They're like half an hour long. Also, wooden overcoats. Have I listened to Mag yet? No. What's Mag? I'm sure you told me about this, but the Magnus Archives. I have no idea. Not a Scooby. Counter impacts. That's no. Because I've got counter slash on. Which one's better, counter slash or counter impact? Ooh, super jump. Do I want any of yeah, rising spiral. Any I want to take out to do super jump. Or the grand magic boost. Unequip all the attraction stuff. Yeah, but I like some of the attractions. Just not all of them. Yeah, but the like the spaceship shooty one's quite useful. That's about the only one. The water one's irritating. The ship is terrible. The carousel's not bad actually. Do I want super jump? I feel like I want super jump. Let's see, have I got any? Right. Yeah, they're fine. They're nothing too exciting, but they're fine.
Wonder where Boo's door flew off to.
We've started watching Snowpiercer. There's an emblem on one of the desks. Yeah, really enjoying it actually. On the pinboard, as in you've seen it on the... There it is.
Look.
Nice picture, Sora.
Thanks, Goofy.
Yeah.
It's kind of patronising. No, it is good. It's nice. We're only 4 episodes in, I think. And it's good. It starts well, and it's going interesting places. So, like, the plot has kind of got to a point where it shouldn't continue, and there's like 6 more episodes, and you're like, ooh, okay. Now what? That's intriguing. Yeah, Vander basically just turned to me and said, I'm not watching Warrior Nun. I may finish it. Hey, Cass. I may finish it, but yeah, she's not. She not bothered doesn't really cover it. What have I? Hold on, have I come? Okay, now I see what you mean by getting lost. You finished game night? What game were you playing? Presumably D&D. You need to take the door. And go where with the door? I pick awkward days. Well, I'm sorry. Savage Worlds.
Ready?
My mate Pip plays Blades in the Dark. He's been doing a lot of Blades in the Dark one-shots. Says he really likes those. He often said to me I should come and play. And then obviously I moved to Manchester and the world ended, so...
Random. Here we come!
Oh, I just got a great idea.
Yes, so Snowpiercer and... How did I enjoy Koreatown? Actually, it was fine. That minigame was fine. Whoa! Maybe? I've never played any sort of D&D.
Keep Boo out of harm's way. We'll handle the bad guys.
Anything is... What? What was I supposed to do to get past that? Ah, okay.
Whoa!
Whoa, dude!
It's offline! We have to
Speaking
power
of
it up!
Patreon, we're going to have that middle tier.
More bad guys.
Don't worry,
Hey,
I'll
Andrew.
watch Boo.
Okay, yeah.
And merch.
Sora, we
I-
gotta make Boo have to open the door.
Well, we did talk about merch at one point. But obviously then I didn't have a house. I didn't feel like launching merch in the middle of a pandemic where lots of people are losing their jobs was potentially the best way to go. I've got some ideas for some bits of merch, but I didn't want to sort of push ahead with those
Hurry!
while things were so uncertain. When you say the middle Patreon tier, what are you meaning?
There. Hop on. Bring it in. Yeah.
More of them?
Yeah, I did. I did sort of think about that. About making, because obviously there's the postcards like monthly. And there was some sort of, I did think about doing sort of something in between, and making it like there was some bits and pieces every so often rather than every month. But yes, at the moment, I kind of, because I had initially thought, well, once I moved and a bit more settled, I'm going to revisit some of this stuff and look at it again, and see what things we can do. And stuff. But then obviously the pandemic and everyone's uncertainty, and I just didn't want to bring that stuff up while that was happening. But yeah, it's definitely something on the cards down the line. You can say a car war if you want.
Hey, what are we doing?
Okay, that's pretty great.
The door's open! Whose door?
Ready? It's time to hitch another ride.
Cool.
We have to find Boo's door.
Over there. Look, over there.
The car would disagree. Come on then, bring it on, Heartless. Haven't had dinner yet. Why haven't you had dinner? What are you having for dinner? We had
Whoa! Whoa!
Sora. Hey, Nida. Cash is feeling bullied. Because Cash just said that they weren't paying attention. Hey, Snare. How you been? Has everyone's weather kind of calmed down a bit more now? Like, it's still warm, but is it less, like... It's less, what's the expression? It's less like global warming is happening like
Let's
today, and more like, yeah. Weirdly, it's not rained in Wales. It's not rained in Wales. It's not waned. Oh my god, I'm really struggling tonight.
Wolf's door should be right around here somewhere.
It's not rained in Manchester today.
This door
I think
should
we're
take
supposed to have
us right
some.
back to the lab floor.
I think we're supposed to have some rain tomorrow, though. I'm so glad. It's warm, it's hot, but it's not like, dear God, I want to die hot. Which is nice. Star Shield. Stash. Yeah, it's quite muggy here.
Hope we find some ingredients around here. Yeah.
Oh, do you? Right, okay.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's really strange. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's Twitch being funny. I keep getting disconnected from the chat, so if I miss anything that people say, just repeat it, because it could be that I'm being disconnected. But what's weird is I'm not dropping any frames. So it's just the chat coming back in, but I'm not actually dropping. It's really odd. I've got the fan pointed at my PlayStation and computer. Not pressing any buttons by accident, are you? I'm just slamming my hand on the keyboard. The game audio seems a little louder than me. Well, I can turn it down a little bit. No, I've just knocked it down a little bit. You sometimes pause the stream by accident. Well, stop slamming your keyboard. I've knocked it down. I think I did turn it up the other night because it was in a really quiet bit, so I turned it up a little bit, and I don't think I ever turned it back. So it's possible. Always possible.
How'd we take a wrong turn?
Who cares? All that matters is that it's the last turn that you losers are ever gonna take.
Randall?
Who's he?
A creep we banished for trying to collect screams by force. He used to be Boo's scarer.
How did you even get back here? The door we sent you through is sawdust.
Yeah, and I almost got turned into somebody's wallet. Lucky for me, a real nice guy came along and fixed the door. So here I am. And starting today, I'm numero uno, top of the leaderboard, baby.
Ha! You a top laugh collector? In your dreams, Randall, my laugh totals are off the charts.
No, don't.
Who said anything about collecting laughs?
One thing to say, like, the problem is, for me, I don't hear the levels because either if I listen to the audio through my laptop, I get a really weird delay. So I hear the game sounds, I speak, and then I hear the game sound, I hear my voice come through like half a second later, which is really awful because I'm basically I get this echo. It's like, oh god. It makes my brain just so I'm plugged in and I basically get audio feedback from my mic, which is virtually instantaneous. The problem is I then hear the sound that's coming out of the mic at a certain level, and I hear the game sound. The game sound is always quieter than the microphone, but I'm so I have to kind of work out. So yeah, if the levels are off, let me know, because basically if I do show you, if I do this, and you can hear me getting quieter and quieter for you, my volume, and now I'm coming back, but my volume didn't change at all for me when I did that. So I don't know what the levels are. So yeah, if there's problems with the levels, just shout.
I'm after negative emotions. And my new friends have kindly invaded the factory to get 'em for me.
Negative emotions?
He's gotta know.
Yeah, Organization 13 must be helping them.
Laughter's just not sustainable. Once Junior chorts his last chortle, you've gotta start over. But negative energy, especially sadness, give them something that really breaks their little hearts. And they'll stay sad forever. We'll never have to worry about energy again.
We're not gonna let you hurt anyone
That's
like
also
that.
true.
Not you or your little unversed helpers.
Just try and stop me. You'll see soon enough. I am gonna be a legend around this place.
No, you're going to get
Now,
smashed in the
consider
head
your careers officially
by my
over.
keyboard.
And that goes for the rest of you too.
Hey! Where'd he go?
We're in control of this factory now, and I suggested a few improvements. Some real doozies.
Why do they always let the bad guy just talk at them and then walk away? Every
Getting
time.
out of here alive.
That weasel means business. He'll never quit.
We have got to get Boo to safety first. Then we can take care of Randall. Time to find a way out.
Yeah.
Enjoy what's left of your miserable lives.
One of these days, I'm gonna make that.
It'll be okay, Boo. What could Randall...
Nice.
Let's get on, meep. But yes, Cass, with regards to like Patreon stuff, I am looking to do some more things as sort of Patreon exclusive stuff. Not take away, as I said before, not to take away from the stuff I already do, but like extra things. So maybe things like Jackbox or bits and pieces like that, you know, little fun extra things that people can join in. Where we can like rotate people round and do stuff like that. So, yeah, if you've got ideas, stick them in the notes for moi channel.
Hey! What's with the machines? They've gone totally bonkers! There's no way we can take Boo
Some
through here
people
safely.
say I'm bonkers.
This must be what Randall meant by improvements.
Nothing we can't handle.
Yep.
Sully, maybe you and Mike should take Boo someplace that's safe.
Right.
If you find a contraption controlling those things and smash it, that should do the trick.
Maybe we could use the parts here to avoid the lasers.
Oh, I was hiding. Oh, right. What? Oh, okay.
I see a machine up there in the cage past the stairs.
I'm very sorry, Andrew. No one should be exposed to that without I say so. Oh, I need to set up my other shortcut, boss. So what we've got? Fire, cure, water, blizzard. Yeah, let's change fire for fire. Water, no. It was a good movie. Yeah. It was. Yeah. It was definitely a movie. To be fair, I'm not sure it was worse than. I don't know. Actually, which one is worse? No, the new one. Look, regardless of whether I like the modern ones, it's not the same as saying I don't think they're as bad as the prequels. I didn't love it.
Clear.
I had a number of issues with it, but I didn't hate it. Like, it's a 6 out of 10, whereas the prequels are more like a 4 out of 10. You know, they're bad.
Yeah, well, that was just a warm-up. The real fun.
There's something down here. There's a chest in that room. How do I get into that room? I want to get into that room. Let me into that room.
It's only a matter of time.
I hate sand. Was that Attack of the Clones? Or was that, I hate sand. And she's like, do you? Why would you hate sand? Well, because you found me on a desert planet where I was a slave. I mean, let's be honest. He's got a good reason for not liking sand. I'll give him that.
Why won't you just fail already?
Wow, wrist charge takes your life away.
Why won't you just fail already?
You say that like people didn't. Do people not hate? What? Mannequin Skywalker was dreadful. Yeah, well,
Great! The power's out again!
Okay, we know what to do. Gotta find... Bingo!
yeah, Ray's not here, so I
How's
can't.
that supposed to help?
We'll have to just do another art auction so I can give them a hard time.
That's good.
Yep, take it away.
Nice try, Mike.
What?
I'm not doing this
Wait.
alone.
Hey, you, not me. Come on. Sully. Whoa. No, stop. Sully, not what I had in mind.
Is it bright? What's happening?
It's on!
They're
Nice
going to a
work,
rave
guys.
in 80s Germany. Speak, and they will be summoned. I was just, we were just discussing your enjoyment of Mannequin Skywalker. And I was trying very hard not to say
Let's
that
see.
you're wrong when you're not here. Now you're here, you're wrong. But, I love sand. Yeah, yes, you, yeah. Yeah.
I gotta say, revenge is sweet.
No, banoffee pie is sweet. A lucky emblem. Another one? Where?
Let's see.
Can anyone see a lucky emblem? I said it around here. No, on the floor, colour splashes. Ah.
Let's see. Yes!
Right, let's do it. Was it good? I need to jump into 14 again.
Come back! You can't run off, kid!
Maybe we can do some 14 over the weekend.
Kitty!
Ah, there you are. Oh, that paint was kind of growing on me.
Woo! This is way better! Ah, hey, no! Would you cut that out?
So, why were they painted pink? I'm not really sure what happened.
Boo, come here.
I feel like I looked away to look at
Sully,
the chat
let's
at
get
the
her
wrong
out of
moment. Sully dragged him off for a second, then they came back and they were
The
pink.
Heartless are here too?
Oh, they were just trying to cheer her up. Oh, fine. Well, it works. She's cheered up now. In octopus things.
Like this! It's over!
My shield's ready!
Go get it! Back off!
I don't know who's voicing Randall. I don't think it's the original. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong.
Come on! Come on! Come on!
No, it's this way. JP Manu.
Only a matter of time.
Not a clue. I recognise his face, I guess. Which way do I want to go? Which way am I meant to be going? Oh, they were never going to get Buscemi back for this, were they? Let's be honest. I don't think I realised it was Buscemi in the voice. Or Buscemi. Where am I going? That's the Chestosaur. Chestosaur. That sounds like a weird dinosaur. It's the Chestosaur. Clever girl. God, that didn't work. Sorry, that was awful. Golf your way. You have exciting news that no one else is going to find exciting. Okay. How to putt. Put the ball in the hole. That's... oh. That is rough. What? Nice shot. On the green? That should be in... What? Oh, fuck. Oh, it actually went in. Oh, okay. I definitely pressed that before it hit the rough, but okay. Cass, is there any minigame you don't like? Every time, it just carries on going. Yeah, you are rough. That may have got it. I think it's gone too hard. Okay, I've got a birdie. Like, it doesn't stop when you tell it to. Like, it's bad. Oh, not in the sand. I don't keep hitting him in the sand hole. That's the green. Kira, you haven't played golf, have you? So, that is the sandpit. That looks like a water feature, I'm guessing. And the thing with the bullseye is where I'm trying to actually land it. Are you allowed to say? Oh, nailed it! Score -2. Great. That wasn't the worst, actually. You play... Are you allowed to say which mini game you didn't like? Well, yeah, unless it was like Comrades. In which case I'm going to cry. But... oh right, it's one. Is it one of the mobile games that I've not unlocked yet?
Look who's starting to swim.
Yeah, you don't have to say it then. You can just be like, it's this one! When I'm playing it going, this is awful.
Now it's electric fences?
Start simple.
Careful. The fence is electrified. Don't get zapped.
Over here, Sora.
Good to go.
It's over! Yeah. Oh!
How to break an evil curse.
Not this again.
What's that?
We'll take care of it.
Have we talked about it before? We probably
Pretty
have.
sure the control panel for this place is upstairs.
You chumps ever wonder
Oh, yeah.
what popcorn feels like?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, come on, Sora. You suck.
Heal! Thank you!
Guess what, losers? I decided to ramp things up a little. This next one's a real whopper.
I bet we'll find some ingredients around here.
You're allowed to say, is this because I have unlocked it? Or that it's so awful? Oh. Yeah, that one's fine. They're all just a bit crap.
I'll give you that. Or free.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once we get through here, we're clear.
Yep, this is the central control unit for the whole factory. Now, what do you say we get out of here?
Let me!
Whoa! Hey, hey! Show a little finesse!
Oh.
Rats! Randall must have messed this up. Nothing works.
We can't get out.
Maybe it would be faster to just break it.
Oh, that's brilliant!
Ah!
Hang on!
Oh.
Think I've got a better idea. If we can just short it out, the lock will disengage. And lucky for
No.
us, Boo is a
Smash it.
walking energy generator.
That might work.
You're our MVP, Boo!
Ooh.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Yeehaw! Hider!
I'm on it.
Back off! Here we go! So long!
Hit the weird slug thing with your hammer. Hit them with your Libertus.
Come on!
Huh?
Try this! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! See ya! Yeah! So long! Back off! Hop on! Yes! Yes! Go! Yes! Go! Go! Make them fly! Ha! Got him! Ha-ha! Yeah! It's over!
So Evander today was like, I've played a game called Near Automata. I was like, yes, yes I have. She's got, you know how I talked about the fact that she was buying a drawing tablet and things like that. So she's got really into, or really back into manga and anime stuff.
Here we go!
And yeah, so she was like, it's really cool, it's got really cool art, I love the character design. I was like, yes, yes. And she went, could I play it? And I was like, well, maybe. I was like, well, I was like, yeah, you know what, if you go on my YouTube, you can watch me do it. You can literally watch me play Near Automata. I was like, you can watch me play the entire thing. She was like, would I enjoy it? I was like, I don't think you would, because, let's be honest, I think it's too complicated a game for you. She doesn't play games. I did. Yeah, of course I did. You're not started yet. It's really good. It's a good game. It's a good story. He does. And he's always really angry. And just screams at you lots. Brother! Just, yeah, lots of. Music's really good. The design's really cool. The story's nice. I just really liked it. Yeah, no, I have done all 26. I have done all 26 endings. A lot of them are just like, do this one thing.
It's no use. We need a bigger burst of laughter.
Tickle
Would
her.
you care to do the honors?
I'd love to. Ha! Pa! 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 Ta-da! 40 love, game, and set! I'm not cut out for this racket.
Yeah, Mike was asking
Come
Saps
on, it's
this.
a tennis joke. Should I have gone with ping pong?
Nothing could have saved that one.
Wait! Nobody move! I dropped my contact.
I don't think Boo's gonna get it, Mike.
Not so much in there.
Yeah, it's 'cause his eye's so big. The
It's-
joke is, you can't lose a contact the size of a dinner plate.
Oh, fine!
You're supposed to be good at this.
Most of
I am
so
once
most of the
I'm
endings are
warmed up.
just like you do this one little thing and it's like
Do
and the
funny
game
face
ends.
special.
Huh?
Um,
What? If you insist.
there's like 3 or 4 different endings, I think.
Everybody join in.
Sora's aiming for your job.
Mine Wazowski.
You boys aren't gonna leave without saying goodbye.
Give it a rest, Randall. You're not gonna get away with this.
We'll stop anything you throw at us.
Yeah.
Maybe you will. Or then again, maybe you won't. I have still got an ace up my sleeve.
You're not wearing any sleeves.
Now, I command you to destroy them. Huh? Hey, come on! Move! Move, you stupid...
Looks like your ace is a joker.
What a pile of junk!
What? Hey. No.
Just leave him. Don't think he can cause us any more trouble.
Kitty,
Yeah.
Besides, we gotta focus on getting Boo home.
You're right.
Boo's door has to be somewhere in the vault. If we head outside and go through the power station, we can get to the door vault that way.
Yeah,
Follow me.
there's like 4 or 5 and most of them are story based. Journal's sorted on it. Not sure why. Oh no, God, yeah. So, laughter pin.
Let's go to the dog vault.
So, abilities. Do I have any new abilities? Combo Master. Ooh, Combo Master's quite a nice one, isn't it? Just turn off block. No, I haven't done yet. Although, actually, Vanda randomly pulled out a tablet, an old school tablet pen. So I wonder if that might work for. That could work for the Switch, which would make it much better. This is like a proper tablet one with like a weird circle thing at the bottom. I don't know whether it works or not, but yeah, it's really. She said it's really old though. That's the thing. It's not like it's not like a new one that she got. She said she got it when she got her iPad. Do I keep leveling up favourite deputy? Yeah, Nintendo do a stylus pen, don't they, as well? Yeah, they definitely have like a stylus that you can buy.
That's a lucky emblem.
There's a lucky emblem. Last time I looked for one, they were all sold out. That's the. You can see it. Where?
Let's see.
Yeah.
You want to take my picture? Sure, I guess that's all right.
Might as well. I am looking for an emblem.
Let's see. Yeah.
It's behind Silly.
to keep Boo safe.
It's behind set. Lockers. What? On the side of the locker. Which is the locker?
Let's see.
Fuck's sake.
Let's show what the real monsters are.
Look, there's a lot of pressure on me.
Oh no.
Disregard code 835, 7216 in progress. We have visual on unidentified life forms. Suspected cause of the conflagration. Code 7216 over.
We gotta get to Boo's door.
Yeah.
The whole factory. It's a total mess.
I know, Mikey, but right now we just have to keep moving.
Yeah. Let's show what the real monsters are.
We got a 2020. That'd be awful, wouldn't it?
Ready to descend. Stand aside. We'll get this fire put out pronto. Code 7216. Unidentified life forms sighted.
These guys are our specialty.
Start putting that fire out.
So, we're gonna need water to put the fire out.
Here we go, Zora.
Additional unidentified life form.
Why me?
Was that in the pub? It is, yeah. It was the London ones.
Thank you. You did great.
Yes, sir. We'll be on our way.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Let's test the pickup.
Yeah.
Requesting backup. We need help containing the fire.
It's all gone very Final Fantasy VII, this, isn't it?
Unidentified life form spotted.
Yeah, it's a very good point, Kira. On the other hand, though, if I ignore you, it's because I don't want to talk to you.
Here we go. Light.
It might be a little bit less common now, given that what's his face, Tim Martin keeps showing himself to be an absolute bellend. Yeah, I think we actually went to. Where did we go in the end? I can't remember. It was heaving. We left and went to. Well, I know we went to Nando's. Nando's? Yeah, Nando's was the first night. It was the Friday night. Didn't you go to Nando's twice? I think you went to Nando's the second time as well, didn't you? Vandal, weren't you? My mum doesn't like Nando's, I don't think.
The door vault is this way.
We can drop down from here. Nice.
Don't mind me, guys. I'm just going to play a little mobile game while the factory burns. So where have I missed these two from then? Oh bloody hell! I thought that was it. I thought it was just one. Fucking hell. Let's be honest, I'm not platinum this game. Oh, did I die? That's such a shame. I haven't platinumed, to be fair, I've not platinumed any of these, so I was going to on the first one, and I was like,
Might come in handy if we need to get back up.
I still don't own the DLC for this because it's like 25 quid.
Hey, I think that's a lot. Let's see.
And I'm not sure I can... Is that the extra bosses? Yeah, I may go back and do those at some point. Extra story? This is why I don't understand anything, because you've cut out some of the story. Is that what's happening?
We're almost to the door, Vault guys. We can do this.
Why me?
Well, that sucks, isn't it? They literally have this time, and then the DLC is like crucial, important story.
Do something! Put the fire out! No more!
We just watched them.
Come on. Take this. There. Right.
Pride Heartbinder. Call on Simba. So So hold on. The factory's on fire, so I should summon Simba to set more things on fire.
This way.
Well, that is true. You blow stuff up to stop fires. No.
Oh, great. This time we're really stuck.
Sully,
I really
have you
am.
got any ideas?
It kicks out
Just
at
give me a
midnight.
second.
Kitty!
Oh.
Well, if I'm right about that pipe... Yep, it's perfect. Boo! Thank you. We gotta follow that pipe.
What? Wait a sec. I thought we were going straight to the door vault. The only place that pipe leads is to the cooling tank.
Well, it's very hot at the moment, Mike.
You sure you don't have a better idea?
Don't worry, Mike. Just trust me.
Just trust me, he says. I don't trust Sully. Sully's a liar. Oh. I feel like I could have jumped by there.
Here we go. See ya.
Yeah, I keep getting told. Basically, there has been no story. Just going to worlds and doing stuff. I'm not even like closing key ports or anything. I'm just going places. And then the baddies turn up and are like, I'm going to
I'm
beat
pretty
you
sure
this
Maitland
time. And
hasn't
you're like,
finished
fine.
patching
And
it
then
up.
just let him off. This time, Sora,
This way.
we'll crush you. And then Sora's like, no you won't. And has a long monologue while the bad guy
Wait a
leaves.
second. It's the door vault.
Yep, what'd I tell you?
Sure, nice job,
really.
Saul. Seriously, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you actually ran the place.
So far
Thanks, Mikey.
we've had 7 minutes
All
of
right.
story.
It's not much farther.
Yeah. Here we go. Light.
May your wallet be your guiding king. How long is this game? Like, how far in am I? Because I've played, what, 15 hours so far? Like, am I sort of halfway through the Disney worlds?
The door vault's right through there.
A third. Okay, so that's what we were expecting. Because I think Disney World... really?
Take this. Yeah. Yeah.
5 more worlds after this. Well, each world so far has taken about...
Gosh, it looks like some kind of trail.
basically I'm doing a world a session, which is usually about 3 hours. Yeah. Obviously with some gummy ship stuff and bits and pieces, you know.
We should work together and find Boo's door.
Should find the booze door. So this was a kid's game.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Everybody look for Boo's door.
Oh.
Randall.
Didn't you learn your lesson with that pile of junk fiasco?
Oh, I learned a lot.
Oh.
Mike Wazowski.
Wait, Mike. Something's different.
Oh, please. It's just more junk.
Like, why doesn't someone just punch Randall? Seriously.
An unversed.
Flan-versed. Unflanned.
Mike, time to reach down and let the scary out.
Oh, I'm ready, Sully. I'm ready!
Finally. This is exactly what I need to take over the company. But first, I am getting rid of you.
Attack!
So long. Here we go. Light.
Don't really get what I'm doing with this boss. I don't seem to be able to attack him, and then he puts these tentacles out, and they all have their own health bar. Oh, no.
Together.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Why does he get surprised every time it happens? Oh no, not again. You're like, well, yeah. What did you think was going to happen?
Here we go.
I'm just doing fuck all damage to him.
Good to go.
Also, I wish you could skip these because this is really boring. Having to watch that every time. Oh, quite a lot of damage. What's the shortened version of the hentai bot?
Take this! Here we go!
God, that is the shortened version.
Heal! Thank you!
Good to go.
What? Not again!
Here we go! See ya!
Pew, 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 pew. Music's gone a little bit sort of Metal Gear Solid. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So that's another thing that happens in Darksiders 3. Enemies track you.
Take this! Here we go! Right! I'm ready! Okay!
So, like, for example, they'll like do a jump attack like this, and you'll dodge out the way, but you won't quite do the dodge at the right time for the game, and they'll literally go like in mid-air and stuff, or they'll fire. And when you're dealing with like 12 bad guys and don't have the Yeah, they track you mid-attack. It's obviously you need AIs to track, but they track. Well, how do I get close to him? Because he just seems to be battering or anything.
Come on, team. Let's show 'em. What? Not again.
Yeah. Hey, Jess. Blah, blah.
Why?
Because you suck.
All right, and in you go.
Why are they banishing him again,
There's
given
no
it didn't
place
work
for
the
you
first
here
time?
anymore, Randall. Now we're in the business of making children laugh.
You think it's funny? Hilarious. The more that you whine, the funnier it gets.
Enjoy your extended vacation.
Hey.
You clowns are gonna be sorry when I find my way back and I finally take over this place.
Are you kidding? Oh, this lady's in for it. Come here, you. Oh. Get back here.
So long. Smell you later.
Now,
Now we just need to do
Burn
one
it.
last thing.
Hang on. I have a way to lock him out.
I don't feel like that's what his power is for. You know? It's for like maintaining balance and harmony in the world, not getting rid of some bloke who's irritated them a little bit.
Oh.
Okay, Boo. Time to go home. You must be tuckered out. But we'll play together real soon.
Whoa! What now?
I better just close the curtain so I don't get bugs flying in.
Who are you?
Gotta say, that strange facade had me fooled at first, brother.
Wait a sec.
Brother.
Oh yeah, you were at the cathedral. And hey, who are you to call anyone strange?
Say, do we know this guy?
We haven't ever met in the flesh. I am Vanitas.
Oh, this is the part where you spout some mumbo-jumbo and disappear, right?
This whole world was powered by Scream. They converted the screams of human children into energy. And this very company was what made
Has
it all
Vanitas'
happen.
voice changed?
It's as rich a source of negative emotion as we'll ever find.
For the last time. We already stopped doing that.
Did you? Then how do you explain all these canisters of surplus Scream? This facility was everything I could hope for, and I was lucky enough to find a pawn whose heart was darkened by thoughts of revenge.
You mean Randall?
All Randall ever cared about was winning. And this guy took advantage of that weakness.
My heart is made of just one thing. And the unversed
Marshmallow.
collected enough screams and sadness from those children to reconstruct it.
Yeah, and the whole time they were trashing our company in the process!
But even with all this negative emotion, my heart is still
It's
incomplete.
Hojo.
I need something else. The half of me that sleeps on inside of your heart.
Vanitas!
Ventus. What a strange place to slither off to. You insignificant speck.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you wouldn't remember. When you were little, you formed a special bond with a boy named
thought he
Ventus
did remember.
joined with your heart.
Is he saying that one of the missing Keyblade wielders is inside Sora's heart?
How is that possible?
Now, you will return Ventus to me.
Donald! Goofy!
The king told us about this. Ventus wasn't able to defeat Vanitas. They struck each other down, and then the king said that Ventus's heart never returned to him.
Stay out of this.
Sora!
Join your heart.
With mine!
Need to look.
Let me
Eat
go.
him.
Over here, Sully!
Close it, quick! Ooh!
Hey!
That was awesome!
We owe you.
No, we should be thanking you. We never would have managed to get Boo this far if you hadn't come along to help.
And finally, we found her door.
Maybe stop losing her door.
I know how excited you were to come play with Mike and Sully. Sorry we dragged you into this.
Hey, you are way scarier.
Gosh, I think you're both scary.
What?
Hey. Don't make her laugh. Everything will blow up.
Time to go.
Kitty.
We'll catch up soon, kid.
Mike Wazowski.
No, that's Donald. Boo.
Mike Wazowski.
Better. I'll see you, kid.
I've got a friend who always says the American footballer Patriots Gronkowski always says it like that. Gronkowski.
Sorry for all the headaches we caused.
Don't mention it. And actually, it was kind of nice having a little adventure for old time's sake.
Yeah, the flying and the falling. And hey, let's not do that paint thing again. But nothing like running for our lives to get the heart pumping.
No one does that.
Donald, all you did was complain.
Such a weird
Any
pose.
chance that we can drop by again?
The door's always open.
And maybe Boo can join us.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he no one?
Bye.
I've lost track.
For the
I've lost
record,
track of all
I
the
still get
different
the most laughs.
heartless nobodies,
Happy
no ones,
exterminating.
no things, no
Thank
hopes.
you.
He lost his heart, and if you lose your heart, you can't get it. Oh no, he does get it back. But no one else can get their hearts back, except oh no, all these guys can get their hearts back, but none of these guys can get their hearts back. No, apart from all these guys can get their hearts back. Right. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Like Nomura, making shit up.
We should go to the realm of darkness.
No way! You can't go there until you get the power of waking.
Buy an
But
alarm
come
clock.
on, we have to do something. If we don't act, the organization's gonna win.
Dark Road? What's Dark Road? I haven't.
Sora, do you even know how to get to the realm of darkness?
Ah.
Well, Riku and the King do.
Nope, not until you complete your own mission.
Aww.
Huh?
The King?
Riku?
Is this a bad time?
Why did he pick up the phone and say their name before actually answering it?
So I have some news about Ansem's code and the replica we need for Roxas's heart.
Oh. And?
First, the replica. Evan is still missing, but we found some of his research. I'll see what I can learn from it.
You've got our thanks.
See, they've blocked caller ID.
As for Ansem the Wise's data, we've discovered a very interesting passage. I'll read you exactly what he wrote. I have discovered 3 unique hearts inside of Sora's. One is Roxas. The second has been with Sora for nearly as long. And a third has resided in Sora's heart for even longer. Most of his life, in fact. This is a truly astonishing discovery. While these hearts have now melded with Sora, grown silent and indistinct, Sora retains the memories of all 3.
So Roxas,
The memories
Ventus,
have been compartmentalized,
and
each placed in its own
I know
box, so to
Kyrie ended
speak.
up there. Oh
I
yeah,
surmise
the
the
fake one.
hearts can be awoken, provided that each of them is returned to the box that contains the correct memories. Unite the heart with its memories, and provide it a suitable body within which it may flourish. And I believe any or all 3 of these people can be made real again.
A little bit like that E.
Roxas and 2 more?
Who else?
Well,
Oh, thanks,
Ventus.
Enzo.
Certainly. Take care.
3 different hearts.
One of them's Roxas. The other one must be Ventus.
You didn't believe what went into Santa.
Well, it's kinda all we got to go on. Sora, do you know who the third one might be?
Dave.
Guess I can't count.
Hey, that's not related.
Can Sora actually not count?
Tell me, will you stay here?
I can't shake the feeling that these waters touch another shore I've visited.
Right, so I actually have to watch this bit then.
The Destiny Islands.
Oh, you've heard of them?
Yes, they are quite lovely. A far cry from this wasteland.
I'm staying. Someone will come for me.
These waters are the in-between of dark and light. It shores the margins of day and night. They brought you and I together. So why not also you and another?
No, originally it wasn't it Christopher Lee?
Yes.
Who voiced Dears and Anson? Yeah. Had Christopher Lee died by the time 3 happened? I think he had.
You. Master.
Me.
I must have a word with you.
Master. So now you mock me.
Do you recall those experiments of the heart you bade me cease? Among the test subjects was a girl. She had lost her memory, just as I had. But you can reconstruct memories. You did with Sora.
Is that Travis Willingham?
I believe you have seen the girl's memories.
What is your question?
Where did you put the girl?
What girl?
Very well. If you won't tell me here.
I think you should go.
A lost guardian of light? You wait here. For the king and his fool. Where's your Keyblade?
Don't need it.
No more. I'll go.
You are wise.
Oh shit.
Poor thing. I mustn't leave you with nothing.
And you are sod.
Is this feeling?
Yeah, but I can't remember what all the fucking acronyms are. There's about 90... This is like reading the Wheel of Time. Except after they got rid of the nice glossary of characters in the back. That's true, but in the nicest way, I can't flick through you when I forget who someone is.
Huh?
Oh yeah, Sora.
Hey, Dale. What's up?
Chip just got a message from Merlin. Chip, I got
Hi, Chip. Does Merlin need us for something?
Yep, I think it's got something to do with some kind of book. He said he'll have a cup of tea while he waits for you.
Is it the 100-Acre Wood book?
Oh no! He said tea, but he didn't say where. Do you mean he left before you could find out? He's a tough wizard to pin down.
No, Cass.
Message delivered. Bye.
Where could he be
Not
having
tonight.
tea?
I don't know.
Say, if you were gonna have a cup of tea, wouldn't you want to have it at the best restaurant that you could find?
Oh, of course.
What else has
I'll say
bistro?
it's Ratatouille.
Yeah! Let's go drop by Twilight Town and we can see if Merlin's there.
You just reconnected too. Okay. Massive fucking dog. Wow, that just took away all my guns. What? What have we got then? What's worthwhile? I don't get it. Like, it makes no sense. Close it, yes please. Do you want to save it? Yes please. And then it doesn't close it. And you're like, what? Doctor? I really like my Dalek though. It's kind of weird and annoying it doesn't fit on the side. Oh, I've got 13. Just completely undo the entire ship. Well, I was kind of hoping it would fit. Like, could you imagine if that fit with the head just coming out there? It'd be amazing. Okay, this one can be the... I don't think I'm going to have enough letters for this. The two-armed bandit. Thanks. This one's... Oh no, that actually looks like a beak.
You wanna see our new gummy blocks?
Cake or death? Is the bird as ridiculously big as the dog? Right. Okay. I am going to call it a night here, because otherwise we'll be here for another 45 minutes, and then I'll carry on doing Gummy Ship, and then we'll carry on going. I'm going to be away the start of next week. I'm away from Monday through till Thursday, so we might be able to do another stream next Friday, or possibly next weekend. I may see about, for those of you who are part of the Patreon, I may see about trying to fit something in over the weekend if we can get something together. But I'll shut up, Cass. Stop trying to keep me on here, pest. As always, thank you so much for joining. It's been fun. We'll do this again when I'm back and around. We'll continue through. I think, as I was saying, we're sort of 40%, 50% through. So we'll continue on. If people have got ideas about what games they want me to move on to after this, stick it in the chat. If there's anything in particular that you'd like to see me play, obviously put it in the chat. Otherwise, have a really good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, wherever you are. And I'll see you on the morrow. Thank you so much, Eurostars. See you later. Goodbye.